Once again, I'm here with Don Charles, the coach of Dereck Chisora. Hi, Don.
Good afternoon, sir.
Well, last time I was sitting at this very table was just before the Chisora-Takam fight, and you were telling me how Dereck was going to stop Takam. Well, your prediction came true. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, like every fight we go into, I'm not different from any coach. You study the opposition and know their strengths and their weaknesses. And when I studying Takam, the positives of Takam and his weaknesses, you kind of preempt and through my findings that we will be successful. Dereck will beat this guy, and in the way he beat him, that he would eventually stop him.
When we watched the fight, Dereck absorbed a lot of pressure early on. Was that part of the strategy?
Again, going into the fight through experiences, like I've made so many mistakes as a trainer. I've also done a lot of correct things as a trainer. You learn from your mistakes. Experience is a great thing. Obviously, the magnitude of this fight, I had to really dig deep as a trainer, because we couldn't get this one wrong. There was no room for error from the coaching staff and the fighter himself who goes in the ring, Dereck Chisora. So yeah, basically we needed to have be able to adapt during the fight. Okay, we had to be able to adapt during the fight. So when we prepared, it was having 1, 2, 3 game plans. And it's like anything in life here. When your numbers come in, they come in. It just so happens that we didn't know that Takam was going to come out like a man possessed, because I've never seen Takam, through my studies of Takam, start a fight in that fashion. Luckily for us, we had anticipated, and if he was to do that, we will be able to deal with it.
So the fight's underway. Dereck's absorbing a lot of pressure. He lands that shot, the first knockout shot. How good a shot, in your view, was that?
Obviously, like I said, sometimes your numbers come in. Dereck has been throwing that same shot throughout his career. Okay? All that's happened now, he's perfected it. Okay? The distance judging, before he used to throw it, he used to be a little bit out of position. His footing wasn't in the right position to be able to throw that punch. So what's happened lately, through experience, through coaching and going over rectifying things to improve yourself as a fighter, and myself as a coach, I have to recognize these areas and address them. And like I said, it's through experience. He now knows when to unleash that punch. Yeah, you're gonna be seeing more and more of a lot of things that we've corrected and perfected. The opponent prior to Takam, if you go back, Dereck also stopped the fight with the same shot.
So Dereck and Don, you're back in the mix. You're back in the top game. You're contenders again. I know it's very difficult, but what's next? What would you like to be next?
I know what I'd like to be next. I know what Dereck would like to be next. But we're back in the mix, like you said. We're first and foremost grateful and delighted that we're back in the mix, because we were a long way away from the mix prior to this fight. Because we were like, Dereck was the forgotten guy. Dereck was a guy who the industry had given up on him, had written him off based on performances. But they're not just bailing out on you because you're successful, and then no, based on the lack of results we've been getting in the last, Dereck's been getting in the last let's say 36 months. Based on that, the public had written him off, and so we've managed to swim back into the field to contest.
Yeah, you haven't answered my question. What do you want to be next?
Right. The answer to that is, I'm not Dereck's promoter, nor am I his manager. we've got an idea what may develop from this result. First and foremost, we have to go and get that result. So we've put ourselves in a position to have options. There are options. When we sit round with the management team and the promoter, and then if you ask me that question, I'll give you an answer. Right now, I'm not at liberty to answer you because I don't have the answers.
What goes through your mind? That fight was must have been putting you under a lot of pressure, a fair bit of stress. Mm-hmm. So you come out victorious. Mm-hmm. As the coach, what does that feel like after the fight and the day after the fight, and even now, so short time after the fight?
Do you know, Robert? Yeah, I sit here. I can categorically tell you, we've had many victories. We've had many victories. You know, Dereck was British champion, Commonwealth champion, European champion, international champion. I can categorically say to you, I have never felt the feeling, the satisfaction that I'm feeling from this last fight. We've won many fights. We've lost fights, but we've also won many fights, and I've never experienced this type of feeling. It's wonderful. It's brilliant, and I'm sure Dereck. I've spoken to Dereck. I'm sure he from based on what he's saying, he too is feeling. The whole team, you know, we've never had this feeling. What a wonderful feeling, and long may it continue. I mean, this is I could quite easily get used to this, and could become quite addictive.
Well, from our perspective, there's nothing we'd like to see for you to have that addictive feeling. Well, we from Seconds Out wish you and all your team the utmost success.
Thank you very much, Robert.